a new title update for college football 25? Man, EA, y'all better not mess this up. What up, family? Man, you already know who it is. You know what we're here to talk about. The new 29 August title update for college football 25. Man, let's see if they nailed it or they failed it. We really gonna have to talk about it, and we will see in the next few days if they nailed it or failed it. But before we get into all that, you already know what I'm gonna ask you to do. If you like the content, smash the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you're not. And if you didn't know, I do live stream on Twitch as well as YouTube, but if Twitch is your thing, I live stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So pull up to your boy one time for the one time at the Cookout, man. You always welcome, and you know we gaming. You already know what time it is. And it's only a thumb movement, and it helps me out tremendously. And I do appreciate that. Now let's get into the video. So look, before we get into all this, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay and some of the menu changes and the things they changed before we go to the individual game modes, all right? And first things first, it is a W moment. It is a W moment. Man, new switch stick delay options are now available. And I'm finna show you right now. Let's check this out. All right, so the first thing you wanna do is you wanna go to your settings, go to your game settings. You wanna drop down all the way to gameplay helper. And you'll see right there, there it is, the new menu, switch stick delay, which they have none, slight delay, and moderate delay. Obviously, that's just saying how long it's going to take before the switch stick goes into effect. But we don't care about that because we didn't want it on there in the first place. So I say is I don't really like it. So for me, they got disable the switch stick, which is cool. Now, as you see at the bottom right, it says saving profile, right? Which means it saved this option. The only issue I have is when I back out of here, then I go back into my game settings and I go right back down to that same area, it pops back up saying slight, even though you seen me specifically put disable switch stick. So that kind of makes me nervous because it's either a glitch or it ain't gonna work. EA, man, you already know, hey, look, if I'm the first saying it, come on, man, just fix it. And if I gotta do it in game, that's probably gonna be the quick fix for it until it can permanently stay. But as you can see right now, it automatically reverts back to the initial option. So if you put it in here and it doesn't work, go in game and do it, and then it should be disabled from there. But I'm just letting y'all know, EA, that's a glitch. You need to go ahead and fix that so it can permanently be done. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just hope that's the menu glitch. But either way, man. So they also fixed the stem glitching, where players will receive a speed boost when using custom stems in that smart route. I never chose to do it because I knew it wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. You know, I'm an honest Abe type of fella. You know what I'm saying? I got integrity. So I didn't do it, but I seen tons of people doing it for the advantage, but then cry about it when it's done to them. Doesn't make sense. So either way, they fixed that. They increased the responsiveness of the pass block sliders for users and computers. They fixed an issue where defenders would slip through double teams without the appropriate animation, i.e. like a nano basically, so they fixed that. They decreased the time the CPU calls jet touch passes when you're playing against them, which is funny enough. They increased the effectiveness of pass committing versus trick plays. So if you pass commit knowing that it's a trick play, your guys are going to play it a lot better than what they would if you didn't. They also increased the risk of run committing when playing man-to-man. So i.e. basically you're going to get burnt, your DBs are going to get cooked. But I could have swore when they initially said that when you run commit, your DBs would still play their assignment like they're supposed to. But I'm guessing that made the game sort of OP. So now they got to penalize you for run committing. Typical EA fashion, right? So they also fixed the spinning while on conservative. That was always an issue as ball carrying. Like we was like, come on, man, you shouldn't be able to spin if you're gonna just be on conservative. You should just go down because it's already hard to make a person fumble on conservative, and then you giving them spin abilities too. Just ridiculous. So they fixed that. They also reduced the chances of roughing the kicker penalties when trying to block a punt or a field goal because obviously it was still an issue. Wasn't as bad as before, but it's still an issue. They added 11 new formations. 11 new formations. They also added pistol wing slot for old Michigan. You already know I'm excited about that. We finally got something. But they did add that to the game. So check that out. I will leave the description below to the campus huddle so you can go ahead and check it out. They also added more formations and plays to multiple teams' playbooks. So if you know your playbook, then check it out because there's probably some new things in there. What do you wish they would have changed besides companies? You know what I'm saying? But either way, let me know in the comments below that some of the things that you're going through that you wish they would have changed to kind of make the game better. All right, so now we got to talk Dynasty mode. So what they improved and what they changed, they enabled the ability to edit ratings for non-nil deal players and recruits. So now you're able to go ahead and change some things about them as long as they're not and as long as they don't have a nil deal, obviously. But you're able to change that. They fixed the super stem tuning to reduce completion percentages across the country, especially limiting QB completions for more than 70% of their passes. New AI super sim timing logic for the game in simming. Basically what that means is now the time will scale down and you can be able to select what quarter you want to jump back in instead of it just simming all the way through. They enabled mass substitutions. Man, I'm guessing, I don't know why they didn't think that in the first place. That was in the old college football when NCAA. So it only made sense for you to have it in the new college football, but they finally brought that back. So that's a beautiful touch. They did more tuning to the award system so it would be sort of even and it wouldn't just be one-sided. They fixed an issue where the broken vertebrae injury was incorrectly labeled as a strained back. Yeah, I guess your back is strained with a broken vertebrae, but either way, they fixed that. Now let's talk Ultimate Team Cut if you don't know. They did a lot of things to cut, but technically the only thing they really fixed was going to be mainly issues with some of the displays and where things was placed and stuff like that. So it really wasn't no gaming changes, it was just really just cosmetics to how everything looked. Now let's talk Road to Glory. So in Road to Glory, they gave players the ability to audible no matter what position they are in if they are in the lineup and on the field. I think that's a dub because sometimes you want to do an audible and you can't do it. And if you're a wide receiver, you're just stuck out there. So that's kind of dope that you can actually like the matchup and then make an audible so that you can get the favorable matchup that you want. They retuned the starting attributes for all halfbacks and DB archetypes, which includes an increase in speed, agility, and change of direction and stamina. They have added new uniforms for more teams on the game, which still don't make sense to me because I can't filter through and use them, but you keep adding them, which is cool, but I would like to be able to use these jerseys online when I'm playing in the road to the college football playoffs, but that's just me, but I think that still needed to be added in the game. They included new nil players for multiple teams as well, i.e., I'm going to show you what Michigan roster looked like right about now. Now, as you know, and all of us Michigan fans, we know that our roster has not been correct in the game. And as you can see, they finally did some updating. They added a new wide receiver, which is CJ Charleston, who's supposed to be there. They say he's a deep threat, but only a 90 overall speed. And I know what you're thinking. We're missing a wide receiver. Well, for some reason, they got him in the game as a corner, which was his initial position he changed to when before he left Michigan and came back. And that, who we talking about, is going to be Amarion Walker, right? So as you can see, he's a corner. Now, this is crazy because as you can see, he has 97 speed. That's kind of a question mark for me because you got Jair Hill, our known track star, who is now on the game, who is literally said to be possibly the starter for game 1. He's our track stud, and you only have him as a 92 overall in speed, but they literally said that this man ran to 200 in like 22 seconds. So clearly something don't make sense. But either way, I'm still excited to have somebody on defense finally that can counter some of this speed I've been going against. A 97 speed guy is always going to be welcome on the Wolverines. Trust and believe. But as you can see, they did add some additional people to the team that initially wasn't there due to the nil deals. So that's a dub in my eyes. Now we got to talk road to the college football playoffs. You know what I love to play. So they literally rebalanced the tiers again to reflect the new 5-tier system. And they finally, and I do mean finally because I've been saying it from the beginning, they finally put Michigan at a tier 2 because it never made sense for an 88 overall team to be in tier 1. So now we are in tier 2 competing where we need to be. I love it. finally somebody's thinking up there, because either you're going to increase our overall and make us better, or you're going to put us in tier 2. And then they finally put Oregon back in tier 1, because they initially had Oregon in tier 2 as a 93 overall, which somebody, like I said, bumped their head up there in the first place to even do that. So now they have basically all the 93 overall and above, 92, I think it's Alabama's 92 and above teams are all in tier 1. So it's only like 5 teams, but that still makes sense compared to what you initially had. So what do you think about some of these updates? I'm going to do this. Good job to the college football devs for at least attempting to consistently make the game better and not just waiting so long to fix things. I like the fact that y'all stand on top of things. That is perfect for me. But again, we still got a long way to go and a lot of things to fix, because you know, when you update, you may possibly break something. That's just how coding goes. So hopefully we don't run into those issues. And like, only thing I'm worried about is, like I said, trying to disable the switch stick, because you seen what happened when I did it. But either way, man, I still think this is a dub, and they're consistently trying to make the game better for us, because college football is different from Madden, and us as college fans, we want it to be right for us, man. So either way, I love the changes so far, but again, we will see in the coming weeks as this thing plays out. And if you like the content, again, you already know what I'm finna say. Go ahead and do what? Do who? Man, come on and subscribe and join the Cookout, man. We always talking football. Always talking football, man. And we love to have new people at the table. So pull up on us one time for the one time. And like I always say, if ain't no one told you that they love you today, just know that Jesus loves you. Peace and love.